We'll start the new module, cash management. Okay. The chapter objective. Why we have to read this cash management? Okay. The basic objective of this module is to explain the reasons for holding the cash. In the organization, we'll have the cash. What are the reasons that we'll have the cash in the organization? Okay. So we have different motives for holding the cash. We'll discuss that one. So the reason for holding the cash. Underline the need for cash management. So why we have to give that much importance that the separate module we have kept that to manage that particular cash. What is there in that? So customer will pay the cash, will keep in the cash and all put in the bank. For that, why we have to scratch our trend? We have to keep a separate module as well. Okay. So you may think no, research the cash and for the separate management to separate module of the you might be thinking like that, but it has got its own issues. Okay. That we'll discuss. Discuss the techniques of preparing the cash budget. So we have short term as long term. We have to prepare the cash budget, and most of the times we have problems on preparation of cash budget for a estate. Okay, that's very important. So focus on cash budget collections and disbursement, and emphasis on the need for investment of surplus cash and marketable securities. These are the basic objective why we discuss this cash management. Cash management is a separate module. Okay. I won't bit first. If you have any issues, anybody, just stop me and ask me the question. Okay. So why this important? Why this cash is very important is if you wanted to buy anything, okay, or if you want to do any manufacturing kind of thing, what is the basic thing you want to get? Suppose tomorrow you want to come out with the manufacturing of some item. What is the first thing what you require? How will you get the raw material? So first is basic is cash is required. The cash will get it, then the cash what we do with the cash will convert raw material, then semi-finished goods, then those semi-finished goods will convert into finished goods. Okay, semi-finished goods will be converted into finished goods. Is it clear? So once the finished goods, once we have the finished goods, what we do with that finished goods? We'll sell in the market. Correct? Once we sell the goods in the market, either we sell it on a cash basis or we sell in a credit. If we sell the cash, again we are going to get back the cash. If we sell it on credit, what happens? So it will be blocked in the form of debtors for some time. Again, we will be getting back the cash. That's what we say. The cash is the basic input and it's the ultimate output. In any organization, you take the cash is the basic input and it's the ultimate output. What you are going to get it. Okay. So for that reason, firms should keep sufficient cash. What exactly sufficient cash stands for? Okay. So let's take a simple example. Few days back, one of your, I think they were, I can say batchmate from BMR who stays in the hostel fell down, and this small incident has happened. Okay, in hostel. So during that particular point of time, suppose let's assume that, so wanted to have some first aid or wanted to take them to the hospital, there maybe the hospital expenses will be very high. So let's assume that these things will happen. Okay, at the time, so if it doesn't have the cash, can I say to that doctor and all, sorry, we don't have a habit of maintaining cash in the office, so I cannot pay all this. Can I say this? No, it's not possible. Something happens, so anything damages, anything happens, normally forget about it. The snake is usually in this campus, correct? Correct, no? Moment the snake comes, so we call snake catcher. Okay? So, moment he comes, she's snake catcher. Sorry? What are you asking? No, you can please know what is snake. Snake? Snake in the campus. Okay, you want to see the snake? Fine, okay. So, other side of the discussion. So, well, people personally say how many snakes are there in the campus? Okay. See, this is moment we have see, snakes are usual. It's not like no, it should not. That is also like there's no creation. Until we don't disturb it, not disturb it. If you disturb, if you try to put a stone on it, obviously you will do something. Right? It's always if you have reciprocity. Otherwise, the snake also its former friend we call the lot of others let's not go to that one. Okay. So if a snake comes and you call the snake catcher and he comes and goes around the things, he doesn't. If you don't do these things, free of cost. He expects something. So I need to make some. I need to make some payment. I'm saying and why I'm saying these things no small in some ways, because you should understand need for the why we require to have a sufficient cash in the organization. Okay. So that is, so firm should keep sufficient cash so that at any point of an organization, let's take a simple same incident may happen in the organization. Okay. Any incident will happen in the organization, we should be able to provide so a remedy for that. Okay. So for that, so we should have sufficient cash. The cash strategy, you have to prepare cash strategy. Strategy is what exactly strategy stands for here. So basically, the disbursement funds operation. People are very clever in managing the money. When it comes to money, so people are very clever. Why I am using this word, they are very clever is they know how to manage their funds. So, say for example, it doesn't matter. Again, it's a, I don't know whether it's in record mode. Okay. Let me skip that word because actually it's not ethical for my part to say in this record mode. Okay. See, in case of disbursement of operation, people are very clever. This sometimes not discuss for certain things which I want to share because I cannot share certain things very legally. So, okay, fine. I'll put that okay. So, what I was saying is, in case of disbursement of operation, people knows how cleverly they can manage the cash payment and cash disbursement. Okay. So, that is basically cash strategy. Balance between excess and inadequate cash. Okay. So it's very dangerous part of these are two are very dangerous kind of things. So what is these two things? Excess and inadequate. What is the excess cash? If you pile up the cash, do they earn anything? It's an idle cash, you never earn anything. So money is like an arm or leg, either use it or lose it. Very beautiful quote which has been given by. Anybody has an idea who has given this quote? Of course, I have not given that. The quote has not been generated from my end. So somebody has written that quote. I am using that quote. Beautiful quote. I admire that quote, and always wherever I go in finance, I use this quote. What is this? Who has said? Money is like an arm or leg, either use it or lose it. Again, the same person. If you are not using the money, you are losing the money. So it has been said by the Henry Ford. So probably you are aware of the Ford company. Okay. So MD of CEO of a Ford company says money is like an arm or leg, either use it or lose it. See, any arm, if you are not using, so it will not work. Okay. Any instrument, any machine for that matter. So after lockdown, series of lockdown, moment some people start reoperating their machines and all. So you might have come across a lot of incidents happened in the throughout country. It's because machines has been so tuned in such a way that they should continuously use. If you're not using, you're losing. So your legs, in car, just one day, just to sit for one day. Forget about one day, just to sit for 3 to 4 hours. So moment you sit for 3 to 4 hours, moment you get up, you walk like a drunkard. Guys, I said drunkard. I never said you could drink. Even calculation start not okay, so that is what I am saying is, if you sit for 3-4 hours, this will lose your stamina. Let's say lose stamina. Moment you lose stamina, you cannot walk. Why I said you could drunk is you have steps here and there. You cannot use it because it doesn't have stamina. In the same with money, if you are not using the money, so you will be losing that particular money. Okay, you should know. So excess money, if you have excess money, it is a loss for the organization. Or the same time, it is inadequate. Suppose I don't have money, so I just had a 10 rupees or maybe $100 in my pocket, in my cash wallet or in treasury. Okay, so today I got a some incident happened or something happened, or today is the last day to make the electricity bill payment, or some wages from employees demanding wages today itself. So if you don't pay or if you don't honor those kind of things, what happens? So probably they will quit the organization. So the electricity person will take out the fuse. So many things will happen. Okay, it is much more dangerous than keeping excess cash sometimes. So for that reason, so you should balance between excess and liquidity. Both are dangerous mode. Okay, major functions of finance manager is to maintain its own cash position. So the major function of any financial manager is to maintain a sound cash position. It should not be either inadequate or it should not be any excess. Okay. So cash includes a coin, currency, notes, cash, checks, deposits, draft, whatever it is. Money or near money for all called as cash. Okay. So near money cash, whatever is there, all called as cash. So cash is concerned with the three important things. When I talk about cash management, it is concerned about the three important things. So if you remember these things, you are clear with the cash management. What exactly these things are? So cash management is basically concerned with cash flows into and out of firm. To daily the month, to daily. First thing what you have to remember the cash management. So very important thing which you have to understand in your life is not only with regard to cash management of the organization, even with personal management. You should know from which are sources you are getting the money and where you are dispersing it, from where it is going out. Okay, tank in here, tank in here, the same thing. So from which are sources we are getting the money and how we are dispersing that money. That's very important. That's the first thing. Okay, in and out of the cash flow. And cash flow within the firm. Fine. So what we are doing within the firm? Cash flow within the firm. So how we utilize the 10 lakh cash? You may pay it afterwards. So that 10 lakh is how we utilize and how we generated the additional revenue out of that. That's what we call cash flow within the firm. Within the firm, it has how it has flowed. So shareholder might have deposit some share funds with the company, and how we use that share fund. Okay, so for the production, for the paying of the salary, or for administrative expenses, where you utilize these funds. Okay, that is what we call cash flow within the firm. And third one is cash funds held by the firm at a point of time for financing deficit or investing surplus. This is a simple thing. So at the end of the day, what happens? Either we have deficit or we have surplus. Correct? So we have got the cash, we use the cash. So at the end of the day, so I have to assess that I may be having excess cash or I may have inadequate cash. If I have excess cash, what I should do? I should just I should think of investing. If I got what we call inadequate cash, we should find your good friends. Okay, Sala protocol. Okay, so you should find your good friends. Okay, you should borrow it. If you have deficit, you have to borrow it. If you have surplus, you have to invest it. Okay, this is what we call it as a cash management cycle. Okay. Always your intention should be to complete this cycle at a minimum cost. Intention or final approach of any of us is to complete this cycle at as minimum cost as possible. Now let's understand how it goes. Business we do operation. Okay, we get information and control whenever we do operation or whenever we do business. So ultimately what happens? In business, we have some control points. Okay, we have some controlling we have controlling kind of thing, and we have some information. With these things, so that is information regarding it may be cash collection or it may be cash payments. Okay, control points, it will be information. It may be with regard to that. So who are all people for whom we have to make the payment, and from who are people who have to receive the money. So at the end of the day, our focus is the cash cycle. The focus is sometimes there are collections, sometimes there are payment. Okay, so we have only two things. Finally, we may collect in cash payment or we may pay. Only two things we can have. So we have cash collection, cash payment we have. So due to this cash collection payments, if payments are more than the cash collections, we end up in deficit. If we have collections are more than the payments, then we have surplus. If you have deficit, we will borrow it. If you have surplus, we will invest it. Okay, sales generates cash which to be dispersed out. Okay, cash must seeks to accomplish the cycle at minimum cost. So we have to purchase the raw material from that point of we have to sell the goods to the customer. So this particular cycle, any intelligent manager wants to accomplish the cycle at minimum cost as possible. Okay. So it also seeks to achieve liquidity control. At the same time, not only this, it also it has to ensure that it should go with the liquidity. What does liquidity stand for? Ability of the firm to meet its obligations as and when it gets due. Liquidity can be discussed in different terminologies. This, as per this terminology, when I talk about liquidity here, liquidity stands for ability of the firm to meet the obligation. As I'm liquid, but does not mean that I'm very profitable. So these are two different things. So people who have a liquid cash, so there is a from fraud. So especially the business community people. Okay. So there is a problem. What they say is business community people, whenever they die, only at that time they will come to know how much assets they have, how much loans they have. Ali tak kya will be seeing his Aisha buildings. He will be seeing his cars, bungalows, and all those things. But who knows whether he has got it own or he has borrowed for everything? And some people borrow and have got lavish of life. They lead the lavish life without understanding them. So they live as if, I think on the other day, BM principal Manila was saying, you should live as if there is no tomorrow. If you go in that mentality of mindset, okay, so then you focus more on liquidity. But we don't know and what happens to the profitability. Okay. So here importance of this cash fund is most significant and less productive assets if modes. So though it's a most significant and less productive, least productive. What is that least productive stand for here? When I say least productive, it means that if you keep more and more cash in the organization, it will not earn anything. That's the reason we call this as a least productive, but still it is most significant because without which we can't do anything in the organization. Okay. So cash fund importance because there is no perfect coincidence. If there is a perfect coincidence between borrowing and spending, and suppose the person who has sold the goods, if he is going to give the money at the right time, and with that money you are going to make the payment, if everything coincides with each other, then there is no need to study the cash management. But practically, so it will not sync with each other. Because of that reason, there is a very much need for us to understand how exactly it goes. Okay. It costs a small portion of total assets, but still time is devoted, number of innovative techniques, and excess of cash is profitable. We are going to put in a profitable investment avenue. Okay. So this is the basic importance of your cash management. Okay. How facets are there in the same facets we have to discuss the entire model. How the facets are there in the same facets we have to discuss the entire model. So facets of cash management are basically to reduce the uncertainties, one should develop a proper strategy. Okay. So one should have proper strategy to reduce the uncertainties. So what does that uncertainty stand for? So uncertainty, for example, from 11 o'clock I am working on only one issue, that is BMWD. It is rotating, even till now it's rotating. It's not opening the next page. This is what we call uncertainty. So this uncertainty, if it is there, we cannot progress because now I cannot invite online student because so there is no, I cannot enter myself. I can enter though they are waiting the other side, but I cannot invite them. This is what the uncertainty is. Okay. So to reduce uncertainties, from firm should develop a proper strategy. Planning, as you work out. What is the mistake I had now? I would have copied the link. At least forget about that. I would have sent that link to Google Meet and I would have carried out class. But I myself does not know what is the path. Because path is there saved in BMWD. I was never assumed that. So there is a coding problem like this. Okay. So that is what we call. So let me for everything this solution. You should find out that particular solution. Okay. So the first step, the 3-4 phases of cash management are there. The first phases of cash management is cash planning. Okay. So we'll discuss in detail the cash planning. Basically, when I talk about the cash planning, first I'll discuss one by one, then we'll go further. So we have 4 different phases of cash planning. That is, the cash planning basically deals with the inflow and outflow of cash. That means which are sources through which we are going to generating the cash and for who are the people for whom we are going to make the payment. Okay, that is, so it discusses about the cash planning. It talks about the budget. You might have heard about the budget also, correct? What does the budget stand for? We are going to estimate. We are going to check. We are going to make an estimation of what are the ways in which we are going to get a sources and where we have revenues, and do we have surplus or do we have deficit. Okay, so probably Union budget, what I heard, state will come out with the budget. Previous we used to have railway budget, now they are removed it. Correct, no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
When we have the Union budget? Sorry?
February or March between that.
In the month of February, they used to have that one. Okay, and when we have the state budget, once they complete, afterwards we have state budget. Okay, previously the last day of the month, February, we used to have the Union budget. That too they used to start from 5 o'clock. Now they have broke the tradition. Now they starting in the morning itself. Okay, the morning itself they are presenting. Why that budget they do? For the entire year, physical year, from which all sources they are going to get the revenue. Okay, either the tax, or direct tax, indirect tax, whatever sources they have, from which all sources they are going to get the revenue, and how they are distributing that. 1 rupee, how we get collected at 1 rupee, and how we are dispersed at 1 rupee. All this simply is forecasted. It's approximate, may not be exactly correct. Okay, but it will give direction for you. In the month of March, you may have a lot of slack. You have to borrow a lot of money. In the month of January, you have surplus. You should think of investing somewhere else. Then we get an idea for you. That's what we call cash planning. So then, managing cash flows. Sometimes we know we have to accelerate the cash flows. Accelerating means it will ensure that speedy collection. Sir, money so I don't have money to make the payment for the hostel fees, college fee, whatever it is. Just to take an example. So you can ask them to make the online payment. If you have money in the wallet or anything, so ask them to transfer. Sir, probably they may say, sir, internet is not there, you can use the college Wi-Fi to make the payment. If they say come with that one. Or they may say, sir, account does not have balance, or I don't have PMAP, all these things. They may say. If they say all these things, finally what can you do? Money get finally can do that. The collection people who are into this collection, what they are doing? I heard one day, so one of my good friend who was into collection manager, when he was working for ICICI Bank, one particular one set of people, probably from long time they are disturbing him. They are not making the payment. So finally he decided to go there. He stayed there. He said, so naale belige bartade nammane yajman uru hogidaರೆ naale belige bartade. You know what he said? Dimbu chak kot bedile makkantine belige ಬಂದು ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. That's what. So you should know how to tackle the thing. So he said very very coolly said that one word. You know, and that he was not even outside. He was in the home itself. Just to postpone, just to avoid the payment. He said they went outside, and for that he also used a clever thing. He said what he said. Jimbo chapter so moment he comes back, so I can take that amount and I can go back. See, got that money. So it was not a small amount, it was lakhs together. It was spending for so many years. Because now recovery managers has got a responsibility to recover the money. Otherwise, he get punished. Not only that one, the banker who is going to sanction the amount, he is also equally liable. If the sanction means when he has got equal liable to recover that money. Okay, all this listen later. So that's the reason we should know how to accelerate the cash flow and de-accelerate also we should know. What does de-accelerate stand for? Solpa. What are the solpa? Here, for example, if payment comes from our end, I have to make the payment. I should know how to make the how to ensure that payment should reach him later. See, I have to make the payment of my telephone bill on, let's say, on 5th of every month. Why should I pay a moment there? Bill will generate on 23rd. So bill will generate on, bill will generate on maybe 5th, I guess. And they'll ask me to make the payment on 23rd. I have around 22 days time. If I make the payment on 5th itself, then Sammanito Madala? No. Correct? At the same time, if I pay on 23rd or if I pay on 5th, that remains the same. My credit card will always generate on 18th of every month. and payment has to be done by they have been 8th of next month. 45 days almost. How I do know when I'm swiping credit card, I also they use some intelligence kind of thing there. 18th bill will generate, 19th I swipe the card. If I want to purchase some important thing, what I do, I just kept on postponing. I'll purchase 19. When I purchase 19, so I get 45 days credit. It's not like I can make the payment on my own. But what is that? When we have facility with zero interest and we are not nothing losing by swiping the card, why should I pay for my pocket? I swipe the card and I'll be making again. That means lakhs together. My credit card is almost 3.2 is there. So whatever I make the payment, I'll ensure that I'm going to make only through credit card. Only if emergency where I cannot make the pay from my credit card, I'll use the cash. That means when we getting advantage, why to make the payment unless why to make the payment today itself. Okay. So when it comes to insurance, what happens? We'll have grace period of 1 month. Okay. Grace period of 1 month. If you make the payment within 1 month, okay, nothing will happen. Okay. So first this month, next month when if I make the payment and if you use a credit card, then almost 45 days plus 30 days. How much? 75 days got almost more than 2.5 months. Got the credit card. Just imagine 50 rupees per day, 2.5 months. Instead of you are saving some 1 or 2%, good saving. Okay. So that's what we call accelerating, deaccelerating. Optimum cash flow. So optimum cash flow should not be either excess or deficiency. Further, we have some techniques that we'll discuss on that. Okay. And lastly, investing in the surplus or deficit. We have to invest either surplus or deficit. So these are what now we are going to discuss about basis of cash management. In the same way, we will discuss this model. Okay. First statement to talk with the motives for holding the cash. Why we normally have a cash in the organization? There are 3 motives for holding the cash. What are the 3 motives? The first and foremost thing is transaction motive.